All right, ladies and gentlemen, grade 10, take 2. Now I'm back for English. All right. One more time, you guys, can we please give a green check mark? Because now you should actually hear and see me. It's not just a countdown. Can you give a green check mark in Blackboard, okay, that you are in the live feed, you can hear and see me. Awesome. Okay, perfect. So it looks like either students are just not at their computers, they're not quite back from break, or they're still having issues with the live feed. All right, Mr. Borden is still in the room, okay, and hopefully he can help those students out, okay? But here we go. We need to get started for English, you guys. And I know it's gonna be a little bit weird now because I just had you for ADC and now we're doing English. You gotta switch that gear, all right? So basically this morning, you guys, I just want to, it actually ties in very nicely to your Moodle profile and avatar because I want to get to know you. That's really the beginning of English 10 is all about that. All right, I want to get to know you guys and that we can build a nice, safe environment for our learning to occur. All right, so really, we're going to get to know each other and I want to give you a quick introduction to the course as well. So this, this summer, you guys, we did some Pro D where I go to learn how to be a better teacher, right? And I saw this amazing speaker and she blew my mind. She was amazing. And I really, really connected with her in a way that as soon as I saw my own kids in the real world, I was like, wow, this is what I need to do for my students. So I wanted to share this a little analogy with you guys, just to set the tone for the rest of the year with you guys. All right. So these are my cute little girls. Okay, I have 2 little girls, Maddie and Beth, and we were at the park one day at behind our house. And you can see that my girls don't really want to be on the teeter-totters a conventional way, right? They thought the best thing with the teeter-totters is to walk from one end to the other. That was their goal, to see if they could walk from one end of the teeter-totter to the other without falling. Right? That was the big thing. That was their goal. Now, on the right, you guys, is my little Elizabeth. And she is super, super athletic. Okay? So they were both on the blue teeter-totter. And you can notice on the blue teeter-totter, you guys, that it's a little bit wider, right? And it's a little bit flatter versus the red teeter-totter that was more round. Okay? So Beth did start on the blue teeter-totter and she hopped up and she just ran right across the teeter-totter. No fear whatsoever, no qualms, did it the first time, okay? Maddie is a little bit more conservative, all right? So she got up on one end and she was like, Mom, I can't do it. I cannot get to the other end. And I said, sure you can, sweetie. I said, what is your goal? And she said, I just want to get to the other side, Mom. I said, okay, well, do you want to hold hands? And she's like, yes, please. So we held hands and she walked across without falling, right? Then the next time she tried, I was like, are you ready to try by yourself? No, Mom, I'm not. Okay, let's go one finger. So we walked with a finger. And then by the third time, she was ready to do it by herself and she did it, right? So why I'm telling you this is because the end goal was to cross the teeter-totter for both of my girls. But they had to use different supports to get there, right? Beth didn't need me, Maddie did. She needed my hand, she then needed my finger. But then she got there on her own, eventually, right? Different learning journeys. Beth needed to be challenged. The blue teeter-totter was way too easy for her. So then I said, you need to go to the red teeter-totter. Challenge yourself. And she did. It took her about 8 to 10 times to get across the red teeter-totter because it was so much more challenging for her. And that's how I look at my classroom, right, you guys? You're all here with different needs And I'm just here to support you through your learning journey. All right. Then you'll notice along the bottom, you guys, I've got some little words of wisdom for you for the year. And this is really, I want you to come back to this every single time you're feeling frustrated or whatever it is. I want you to live in your strengths. That's why I love the ADC course so much, you guys, in the Planning 10 course, because this really exudes and really puts a language to your strengths and who you are as a person. And I want you to live in those strengths. I want you to identify them and live in them, right? Maddie's strengths is that she's super creative, she's friendly, and she loves to talk. She is the best communicator, the best little 9-year-old communicator there is, right? But Beth's strengths are very different. She's very, very athletic, she's loyal, and she analyzes situations before she jumps in, right? But they live there. They know, and that helps them in their learning, right? The other thing that I want to tell you guys too, and I stole this from the Pro D that I did in the summer, is don't tell me you're done. You are never done learning. Don't say, I'm done, Miss Ward. I'm done this assignment. No, you're not. You ask me what's next. You always ask me what's next. What's my next step in my learning journey? What can I do, okay, to keep going, to keep learning about this topic that we're discussing today, okay? You're never done learning. Just like me, I'm never done learning either. I love learning. That's one of my strengths. I'm a learner, okay? And we're all lifelong learners. That's what I want to get across to you guys today, all right? So I just want you to keep this in the back of your mind, these few little things, live in your strengths, right? Don't tell me when you're done, ask me what's next, okay? And that we're all lifelong learners, all right? That's setting the tone for English 10 now, all right? And it looks like I have almost everybody in the live room now. Yes, good. Thanks, Mr. Borden. All right, so today for English, you guys, I want to make sure that you guys have clear set learning targets, that you know exactly what you need to accomplish by the end of this morning. All right. I'm really big on that as well. I'm very, very open about what I'm trying to get across to you and try to teach you. Okay. So these are your learning targets for today's lesson. Okay. At the end of the lesson, you're going to be able to say, yes, I can so do that. And this is how I did it. Okay, so number 1, I can construct a piece of writing to make meaningful personal connections between myself and the world. Okay, number 2, I can orally exchange ideas with my peers in a respectful manner to build understanding and extend my thinking. Now, because we're online, when I say orally, really I mean, can you communicate? I should actually change that. It really is, can you communicate and exchange ideas with your peers in a respectful manner, right? To help with your understanding and even push your thinking further, okay? That's really what I'm trying to get across. So you're not actually gonna have to hop on the mic and talk, okay? But you will have to chat with your peers, chat with your classmates, okay? And thirdly, I can plan and create an imaginative text for the appropriate purpose and audience. Okay, so you need to think about, why am I writing this and who is it for? Okay, so those are our learning targets for this morning. All right, keep those in the back of your mind, because again, they're going to come up at the end of the assignment as well, or the end of the lesson. And you're going to say, did I do that today? No, I didn't meet that goal. Okay, that's what I need to focus on next day, that sort of thing. So here we go. This is what I want to talk about. Here's our agenda for today, okay? I want to give you a quick little welcome, which we just did, right? I want to quickly go over the course outline with you guys, just super, super quick so that you understand where we're starting and where we're going to end, okay, with English. Your expectations of what I expect from you guys during class time, okay, and out of class time. And then I'm going to introduce you to your very first assignment for English, which is called The Best Part of Me, okay? So here we go. Now, I just want to a little bit, okay, get to know you guys. I know, I know some of you guys, but I don't know all of you, right? So just in Blackboard, okay, what I'd like you to do is type your name and then put a little like colon or a dash, whatever it is, and just type one thing that makes you unique, that you would like to share with the class. It can be something that you're interested in. It can be, some cool fact about yourself or your family, something you did this summer, anything that you guys want to share with the rest of the class, all right? So can we take 30 seconds and type that into the room chat, please, so that everybody can see it. So with that in mind, I'm gonna bring up, here we go. There we go. So now you guys should be able to see on the live feed, everybody, once you guys start chatting, right? You'll guys start seeing. And this is time for another tea break. Oh, nice. Costin, I didn't know you were sponsored. Who sponsors you, Costin? Oh, and Christina, competitive swimmer. Nice. Jesse, my husband, used to play the drums. I'm kind of glad he doesn't anymore. Good, excellent, Costin. Oh, good, Ian. Hopefully we'll get into, you'll be super excited about applied digital communications then. Awesome. Leads. Great answer. I think that's just a true typical teenager right there. Oh, Jonah, look at you. How did you get onto that? Are you just so super amazing at soccer? Jaden, nice. Jaden, do you live here in Kelowna? And where do you go hiking if you do? Because I'm always looking for good hiking spots. So this might, as you guys are just chatting here, because I know a few of you are still typing, this might be a good time. Oh, that's a good little spot. Yes, you got some great hiking out there. Oh, nice. Nice, Jonah. So as you guys are just finishing up here, this might be a really good time, and I'm sure it will come up again when we start looking at our expectations and the course outline. This is English 10, obviously. Oh, Connor, I knew that about you. Good, excellent. What I want to make sure, you guys, is that you clearly understand that English really is not just all about written, but it is very much a communication as well, right? So, good, Brianna. I'm hoping to see that come out in your ADC as well. Oh, Eric, I can't wait. What I want to make sure is that you guys understand that English just isn't written, that it is also communicating, right? And so you need to make sure that you are participating, whether it's partner work, whether it's me asking you to put something into the room chat, whatever it is, because you're going to see that part of that is part of your mark. Okay. It's how part of I'm assessing you. All right. That's really, really important. And I'll get into that when we get into the course outline. I just wanted to make that very, very clear right from the get-go, you guys. I love communicating with you guys. I love getting you guys together and making sure that you're working together. That's a big part of the skill set that I want you to have coming out of English 10. Okay. Awesome. So great. I'm going to head back. Thanks for sharing, you guys, that everybody that did share. Thank you. And now what we're going to do is just think about, now that we shared a little bit about ourselves and what is unique or what we're really good at. Remember, that's part of your strengths, right? And I want you to live in your strengths. Okay. And I want you to think about these questions. These are going to be, that's great, Kaylin. That's a great. If you guys didn't see, Kaylin just put up playing video games, right? Absolutely. That's not my strength. at all. All right. So these are some of the questions that we're going to be exploring during our first unit. Okay. And that's really, really key because again, not only do I want you to think about that overarching, like what are your strengths and, you know, where are we heading in our learning journey? But this is the key essential questions to this unit itself. Okay. What are the life experiences that create us as people, right? What has happened in your own lives that has created you, right? And who are you? And who is the real me? I know that's really hard at these teenager years to really get down to who is the real me, right? Because we're still trying to find our place in the world, whether it's with our peer group or within our families. And then how do I fit into the world around me? Right? And into those different communities, whether it be at school, whether it be at, you know, your athletic adventures that you guys do, all those different things. Okay. Awesome. Good. Kaylin, I'm glad you're making a connection there with Mr. Borden about video games because I have no idea what you just stated. Not my strength. And I'll keep reiterating that. All right. So really quickly, you guys, what I'd like to do is I'm going to switch over to the course so I can show you where the course outline is and we'll quickly go over some of those things and basically the breakdown of assessment for you guys for this semester. All right. And I know some of you are probably super excited because you've probably heard that we don't have a provincial exam this year. Yay! No provincial exam. Sorry, I'm just laughing at Mr. Borden. All right. So you guys will see, this is what the English 10 course looks like. Okay. So again, when you guys are in there, you'll see, I love fun little parody videos, you guys, around reading and stuff. So you guys can feel free on your own time to watch, read it all. You know, everybody loves a good little T Swift in there. Okay. And underneath is your course outline. And that's where I'm just going to head right now. Okay. So really within you guys, the grade 10s, I give you a quick little course description of what English 10 is all about. Okay. Really, you don't need, it's just implicit. You guys have taken English before. It's now just another extension. Okay. Homework. Okay, in relation to homework, I do try to give you guys some time during class to finish off your assignments that I've assigned you. But if not, and again, because I only see you maybe 2 to 3 times a week, you will be expected to do some work on your own, right? Because sometimes, like yesterday, I didn't get to see you for English, right? So that's really, really important. Your time management skills is going to be key to be successful in our program. All right. Now, you'll see here that the course units, okay? Now, I may switch this up. You guys will know, like, I love just going with the flow when it comes to my units. This is in no particular order. We may not even do it. Okay. This is just here to maybe guide you where I might go. I'm actually adding a poetry unit in here as well because I want to do some cool poetry with you guys. Please don't get scared when I say poetry. Okay. It's super cool. I promise. All right. So you can see though that the first one is staying the same. This is my life in a nutshell. That's what I like to call my unit. Okay. So it's just a real, who am I? How are we getting to know each other? No, Eric, I knew you were going to say something, right? Okay. Don't worry. I'm going to try super, super hard to make it super cool for you guys. Okay. As super cool as a teacher can be in your eyes. All right. So like I said, this is, just a rough outline. Please do not go by this because I can switch it up like that. Okay. Now, when we're talking about assessment though, you guys, like I said, yay, no provincial exam. Yay, right? Super excited for you guys that you don't have to write a provincial exam. Okay. And that we can explore topics much more deeply now. And I don't have to focus so much on getting you ready for a provincial exam, right? So just know that your assignments and projects, I actually should have taken quizzes out there. I don't give quizzes, okay? So just know that your assignments and projects are worth about 80% of your mark, you guys. And then we have discussion forums and conversations. So AKA, when I ask you to put in stuff into the room chat, or if you're doing partner work or group work within Blackboard, that's your 20% of your mark, okay? Because like I said, communication, right, is really, really important for English, all right? Now, I have a couple of expectations around this, you guys. Again, it's not totally set in stone, all right? But just be aware, I think I'm pretty clear within my assignments what I expect from you, whether I want it typed, whether it doesn't matter for this time. But a really big thing to you guys is at this point in time, by grade 10, I do expect you guys, you know, that a paragraph is 7 to 8 sentences, right? That sort of thing, okay? You know, and I expect your work to be neat. Obviously, most of your work, you guys, will probably be typed, so I'm not too worried about that, all right? And again, plagiarism, you guys, you cannot copy, right, off the internet. I will know when you do, all right? Because I'll get to know your guys' writing styles and stuff, right? So, but remember, I'm here to make you successful, so hopefully, or help you be successful, so hopefully you won't ever feel the need to plagiarize, all right? So that's a quick little rundown, you guys, of the course outline, okay, and the assessment. So we've got an 80-20 split. Pretty clear, right? Okay, expectations, done. We already did that. Okay, here we go. I am done talking. I want to do some stuff with you now, all right? Remember in ADC, we were quickly talking about self-assessment and where that falls in. And in English, it is a lot because I want to see your learning journey. It helps me set goals for you guys, and we can co-construct some goals for your learning where you want to go by the end of the unit that we are studying, okay? So within this unit, because of my essential questions with who are you and where do I fit into this world, right? What we're really looking at is a positive personal and cultural identity. That's really what we're looking at. So in the course, you guys, and again, I'm going to go to the course because it's just easier to show you where to find it. Okay, so I'm going to head back to the home page of English 10, and you will scroll down and look at that. You're going to see the very first unit, My Life in a Nutshell. And right here is, you will see it in all my units, you guys. I put my understandings, the holistic understandings, right here, the big ideas of the text or the big ideas of the unit right here. So by the end of the unit, you guys, you will understand that the exploration of text and story deepens your understanding of one's identity, others, and the world, and language shapes ideas and influences others, okay? So where you're heading to in Moodle, you guys, right away is right here. The positive personal and cultural identity self-assessment, okay? So when you click in here, okay, you're going to see I've laid out a little bit of introduction and an explanation, okay? So what I want you guys to do is if you open up this download right here, okay? So if everybody can actually go to the course right now, get into the assignment, that positive personal and cultural identity assignment, and click on this download button, and I'll show you what's going to come up here. So everyone should see this Word document in front of them. Looks something like this. Let's just make this bigger. Oh, I accidentally closed it. Wrong button, Miss Ward. Here we go. There we go. All right, so you're going to see this, okay? The first thing that I want you to do is we're going to take, again, because I don't know you guys that well, I want to give you lots and lots of time because I don't know where you're at or with your processing speed, how long it takes you to read something, right? I'm gonna give you guys 15 minutes. Okay, let's take 15 minutes. This isn't a long document. It's only one page, you guys. I want you to read through these statements. You'll see that each of the statements, there's a couple of statements in each section. Each section is sectioned off by a line, right? I want you to read through each of the statements, okay? What I'd like you to do is if you can actually print this, you guys, at home, feel free. If you've got to read it off the screen, totally fine as well, okay? Whatever is the easiest way for you guys to read text, completely up to you, because I know some of you may not have a printer, some of you may. Now, if you print it off, okay, no big deal, grab a highlighter, grab a pen. What I want you to do is either circle or highlight any words or phrases that you're like, I don't know what that means, right? Miss Ward, I have no clue what this means, okay? If you're reading it off the screen, I'm gonna show you guys, when you're in Word, there's this little highlighter button right here, okay? So you can actually click on this. You can change your color. It doesn't have to be yellow. Maybe we'll go with some pink, right? And if there's a word or phrase that you come across that you have no idea, and you're like, what does this mean? I'm gonna do this, right? I'm gonna be like, I have no idea what evolving identity means, okay? Or evolving nature, okay? And I'm just gonna highlight it. So I want you to take 15 minutes and just read through the whole text, okay? Please read through the whole thing, highlighting any words or phrases that you do not understand. You have 15 minutes to complete this, okay? When you are done, please give me a green check mark in Blackboard, okay? And we will come back and reconvene, and I'll tell you what your next step is, all right? So take 15 minutes, read through the document, please. Go ahead. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was 15 minutes. So Anthony, Connor, Eric, Costin, I'm hoping that you got the Word document completely read. Give me those green check marks if you just forgot to give me a green check mark. Or do you need more time? Right? Connor, Costin, thanks, Eric. Okay, good. Thanks, Anthony. All right. So what we're going to do, you guys, with this now that you've read the document and maybe you completely understood it, right? Maybe you're like, I didn't find anything that I didn't understand, completely understood all the statements. That's fine. That's your learning journey, right? You're running across that teeter-totter so far, right? But we need to give everybody a chance to make sure that we do completely understand this, all right? So the next thing that we're gonna do, just give me 2 seconds here, you guys, and let me head back to my PowerPoint to make sure I know what I'm doing. This is what I want you guys to do, okay? Now, we don't really know each other yet that well, so I'm going to assign you guys into partners, okay? And then what I want you to do is discuss the document, okay, to clarify any of the meanings that you didn't know, okay? And what strategies did you use to help your understanding of the text, okay? If you understood anything, how did you understand that? Why did you understand that? Was it because the word was in a context that you understood, right? That sort of thing, okay? And I want you to make sure that each partner really understands each of those statements, okay? So this is what we're going to do. You need to be paying attention so that you know who your partner is, okay? I'm going to give you 5 minutes with your partner, okay? And you can private chat to each other, okay? So don't do it in the room, private chat. Remember, you just have to double click on the name and the participant list, and then you can chat with each other. Okay, so we're gonna go super simple. I'm just gonna go straight down the participant list and partner you guys up. And then you're gonna have 5 minutes to discuss that document, all right? So we're gonna go Anthony and Brianna. You guys are going to be partners, please. And as soon as I partner you up, feel free to start chatting, okay? Let's go Kaylin and Christina, Connor and Eric, Ian and Jaden, Jesse and Jonah, and Costin and Leeds. Okay. Oh, I'm glad we have a nice even number today. So now you have 5 minutes to private chat with your partner about that document. Clarify any meaning that you may have around that. All right. So 5 minutes. Go ahead, you guys. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, looks like you got a good first taste of doing a little bit of partner work, which is fantastic. Okay. So what I want to do now is just to make sure, I was reading through your guys' comments and it looks like the majority of you really did understand the document. Okay. I love how you guys went a little bit deeper and actually talked about what it was, what it meant. And that's awesome. Now, but really quickly, I want to make sure and give everybody a chance. Okay. I have given you whiteboard privilege now in Blackboard, you guys. So when I bring up my Blackboard classroom here, you guys, what I want to make sure is that you guys are able to now post on the whiteboard. And I know, okay, get it out. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to just play on the whiteboard really quickly. You've got 10 seconds in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody stop. I know it's so hard when I give you whiteboard privilege, right, you guys? You have to get it out of your system, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a new page, okay? And I don't want any scribbling on it. We are in grade 10, ladies and gentlemen. Show me that you can handle this, okay? I'm going to put up a new page here, you guys, and I have to just switch over to my other computer here to make sure that I can only do it from this one. Okay, here we go. So what I want to do, you guys, is now to make sure that you truly do understand that document. What I'd like to do is give you 2 minutes, okay? And on the whiteboard, using the text feature, so it's the little A, right? So I'm just going to move this over and see. There you go. This is what you should now all see, right? If you use this function right here, this is to insert text on the page. If you just double click this and then you can actually draw a text box on the whiteboard. And I want you to type in any of the words or phrases, okay, that you guys used or talked about as partner group. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to do that. Please use the text function. All right, please don't use the line function. I do like it to look nice so that we can all read it, right? All right, so go ahead, 2 minutes, you guys. And you never know, our whiteboard may end up blank. That's totally fine. This gives me an idea of if I need to address any of those issues of not understanding. All right, you guys, so take 2 minutes and just on the whiteboard, type in any of the words or phrases that you guys talked about as a group, okay? And if you don't want to put anything, I'm not putting any pressure on you guys. Like I said, this is solely for me to communicate whether or not you understood the text, okay? So take 2 minutes to do that, please. All right. So this is what this tells me, ladies and gentlemen, was that every single one of you completely understood this text, which is great. So please don't, if you ever don't understand anything, please feel free to make sure that you are communicating it with me though, you guys. I know today you still might not feel that comfortable yet posting stuff, but that's fine. I just wanted to give you the opportunity. All right. And you're right. It wasn't that hard of a text to read and understand, right? Okay. So here's what we're going to do next. Now that you all know, first of all, I'm going to take away whiteboard privilege. That's the first thing I'm doing from you crazies. All right. And we're going to go back to my PowerPoint just to remind myself, what is the next step? All right. So I'm assuming that we have a very, very clear understanding of this document. So your next step, right, is this. I want you to reread then the document. Okay. And anything that you gained maybe from even talking with your partner. Okay. And then I want you to then highlight the section. Okay. Because remember, each section is sectioned off with the lines. You believe where you fall today. Where do you think you are on that positive personal and cultural identity spectrum? Okay. That's what I would like you to do now, but just wait, because sometimes you may not fall completely in a section. Maybe it's one statement in one section, but another statement in a different section. Totally fine. Highlight the statement that you believe where you fall. Which one totally represents where you feel you are. Okay? Now, what I'm hoping to do with this, you guys, because then you're going to submit it to Moodle. Maybe this is a nice little chance for us to review submitting Word documents if some of you missed ADC this morning, right? What I'm hoping to do is we're going to revisit this document at the end of the unit, okay? And I'm going to see if you guys have gotten any growth within this topic. Okay. So really I'm not going to mark it. It's essentially for me to help guide you guys through your learning journey. Okay. Throughout this unit, I'm hoping that you guys see some growth within this. Okay. To take you to the next level. So that's what your next task is to do. Before you do that though, I want to, So Ian, great question. Okay. So Ian just asked, how do I see the recording from ADC? I missed the first 15 minutes. Totally fine, Ian. When I'm done class, the link will be sent to me and I will put it up into the ADC assignment. I put all the live classroom recordings in there. So you'll see it this afternoon. Okay. You just got to give me some time. All right. To get it in there. But let's review then how to submit a Word document in Moodle, because I know a lot of you weren't in ADC this morning and weren't there, right? So let's do that really quickly, and then this will be fantastic review for the 5 of you that were there, all right? So when you're in the assignment, right, you guys, the positive personal and cultural identity self-assessment, once you've highlighted where you are, make sure you save your document, obviously. You're going to scroll down and then you're going to see an add submission button. Okay. So when you click on that, again, it takes you right back to the top of the page. I know it's scroll of death. Come on down. You're going to see file submissions. All right. So there's 2 ways to submit your files into Moodle. You can click and drag. So if you want to make your browser a little bit smaller, click your Word document off your desktop or wherever you're saving it and just drag it into this area right here. Okay. Or if it's not allowing you to do that, okay, there is a multi-step process that you can actually do. Up in the top left-hand corner, you guys, you'll see a little paper with a plus icon. If you click on this, this is how you're going to add files. Okay, so if you click on this, you'll get this little dialog box right here. Make sure that it's on upload a file. Okay, then you just have to hit your browse button and you'll get your save as box, right? Find your document. I'm just going to randomly upload this one, right? Highlight it, hit open, and then upload this file. Okay. Now when it's uploaded, right, there you go. It'll pop in just like that. Done and done. Then you just hit save changes and you have submitted your document. All right. So that is how you, that you hand in your self-assessment. And secondly, how you hand in your Moodle tour, right? From ADC this morning, okay? Costin, great question. No, okay? I do not want you to highlight everything you really understand. I want you to highlight which statement is where you personally are at, okay? So when I'm just gonna cancel out of this, you guys, so I can open up and give you a more specific, because I think I actually closed this. So let's open it back up, right? So if I believe I am this first section, like I believe I am aware of myself as different from others, and I know my name. With some help, I can identify some of my attributes. Yeah, maybe that's me after reading all of them. Okay, maybe that's where I'm at. So that's where I'm gonna highlight. Or maybe you're more this section, right? Or are you this section, right? So on and so forth. Really, I only want you highlighting where you believe you fall on here. Okay, so Jesse, if you can't highlight, totally fine. Is there some way on your Mac that you can like underline or put a star or some sort of shape, something that you can see? If not, Jesse, okay, what you can do, okay, is, what you can actually do is, how about this, Jesse? If you can't do any of that, if you can't like highlight or whatever, copy and paste onto a new Word document, Jesse, the statements where you believe you are at, and submit that to me. That would work as well. Okay, does that make sense, Jesse? Good, and Costin, that makes sense then. So this is very, very personal to you guys, where you think you are at, okay, right today, all right? That's really, really key. All right, so let's head back then, you guys, because essentially we're down to about 45 minutes. So if you get a little chance, a little break, make sure that is submitted today, okay? That's really, really important. But now what I want you guys to do is now we're essentially heading into our first real assignment. Because this self-assessment, you guys, like I said, it's gonna help me understand where you are and get you to that next step, all right? And hopefully it'll allow you to do that as well. It's allowed to you to recognize where you are, right? In that spectrum. Now what I wanna do though is delve deeper into your personalities and your characteristics. So we're gonna take a look at the best part of me. This is really essentially your first assignment for English, all right? I wanna show you some of my samples that I got from students last year, you guys. They've all given me permission to use these, all right? And so you can get an idea around what the best part of me is and what it is all about. So I actually have my student samples in my assignment here. So if I go back to my English 10 and scroll down, you guys will see the best part of me. And if you click in there, you can see there's the learning targets that we talked about earlier today, right? Okay. And if you scroll down, I've actually put in some student samples. So there's essentially two parts, okay, to this assignment. First of all, you have to choose the best part of you, okay? And it does need to be a little bit of a physical attribute. What do you love about yourself, okay? Now, but I want to make that very, very clear. It actually doesn't have to be something that you can see, right? So you can see some of my students last year chose their brain, right? Because that was the best part of them, was their brain. So they essentially couldn't take a picture of their brain because that would be gross. But then they just found a Google image, right, to represent it. So the first thing is you have to choose the best part of you, right? Choose a body part that's the best part of you. And in a paragraph, you've got to explain why. Why is that the best part of you? Okay. And then you also have to take a picture of your best body part. Okay. Or like I said, you guys, if you're choosing something that you can't necessarily see, you have to find a Google image, right? That's not going to gross me out. Okay. So you can totally see there's a lot of different ways. And you guys, I put this right into the assignment so you can go see what students did last year for me. All right. I want to make that very, very clear. So if I head back to my PowerPoint, you guys, okay. So I showed you some student samples and now here's the assignment. I just want you to take 1 minute to think about what is the best part of me. If I had to ask you that question, what is the best part of me? I want you to take 1 minute. Then I want you to partner up with the same partner that you've already had. Okay, we're gonna stick with the same partners throughout this whole class. And then we're gonna share, okay? Again, use that private chat function, just like we did earlier, okay? So you're gonna partner up and share. But right now, I just want you to think to yourself. Take 30 seconds and think to yourself, what is the best part of me? Is it my lips? Is it my eyes? Is it my ears? Is it my hair? Because you got some good locks. Whatever it is, right? That makes you feel good about yourself, okay? And then we're going to partner up, all right? So let's partner up, or let's remind you guys who's partners, right? So we've still got Anthony and Brianna, Kaylin and Christina, Connor and Eric, but it looks like Eric's away. So it looks like now we're going to switch it up a bit. So Connor, you're going to go with Ian. Jaden, you're going to go with Jesse. Jonah, you're going to go with Costin. And Leeds, you're going to go with Tiana. Okay. So those are your partners. Let's just take 2 minutes. Share with your partner. Okay. Make sure both of you get a chance to speak to each other and share the best part about you and why. All right. So take 2 minutes and do that. Go ahead. Perfect. I can see you guys still chatting. So go ahead, please finish off your thoughts with your partner. That is fantastic. Okay. Now, I'm not going to ask you guys to share, okay, in the room with this one. This was a little personal piece that I just wanted to get some ideas around what you guys were going to do for your own personal piece of best of me writing. Okay. So like I said, you have to choose a body part to write about, okay? Doesn't have to be something that we can see on the outside, right? And I know if some of you were thought that brain idea was really good. Now you have the choice to represent your favorite body part, okay? Now, most of my students last year just wrote a paragraph about what it could be, right? Why it represents their favorite body part. Doesn't have to be a paragraph. It could be a poem that you love. It could be a song that you write or a song that you find that really represents, but you have to explain why, okay? So you don't just get to choose a song or a poem and then, right? And then show me a picture of your body part. You have to explain why you chose and how it connects to that body part, okay? That's really, really important to me, okay? Now, I say that it can be handwritten, but actually I obviously didn't change my PowerPoint. In my assignment, I've actually changed that. Totally up to you guys, okay? So it does not have to be handwritten. If you want to type it out, totally up to you guys. If you do want to handwrite it, totally fine. So you'll see some of my students typed, some of my students hand wrote. It's completely up to you guys how you want to do that, right? Personally, I do like the handwritten one just because it makes it a little bit more personal, but it's up to you guys, okay? You need to make sure you take a picture of your body part and then put the two elements together and take a photo of it, okay? Make sure the background's quite neutral, okay? And then you can submit it to Moodle. Now, some of my students couldn't figure out how to put their image and their paragraph together or their written piece together and sent it separately. Totally fine, okay? I just want these two pieces, right, together so that I can assess what you guys have done. All right? So, and then submit that to Moodle, okay? So that's the last piece I have for you guys. Now, give me a green check mark in Blackboard if that makes complete and total sense to you. If we are on the same page and we understand what we need to accomplish today, give me a green check mark in Blackboard. Awesome. Good. Absolutely, Christina. Yep, you can do it in Word and then insert a picture or send a picture separately. Totally fine. Absolutely. Yep. Okay. Now, great question, Ian. This is one of my favorite questions from you guys. When did this assignment due? Okay. Just like in ADC, you guys, I will put a due date beside the assignment when I want it due. This one is not a tough assignment. I don't believe it's a large assignment. I will probably ask that by next class, you have this due. That means that I don't see you until Thursday. So Thursday, it will be due because I will be introducing something new to you guys. All right. So great questions, you guys, so far. All right. Kaylin, you haven't given me a green check mark. Are you clear on what you need to do? Okay. Please make sure. All right. So you essentially have about 35 minutes, okay, to have your work done. This is the time where I am done. I'm done on the live feed classroom. I am not done though, right, in Blackboard. So this is what we do. I say goodbye. That's okay, Kaylin. I say goodbye to you guys from the live feed, and then we just end class in Blackboard, okay? And I will then dismiss you at around 11:30-ish. All right, you guys? So I'm gonna say goodbye. Give me about 5 minutes to get back to my office. Let me get set back up and stuff into Blackboard, and we'll be good to go if you have any other questions. So all I ask is that you hold off on any questions because I'm going to be taking myself out of Blackboard and I won't see them once I log back in. Okay, so hold off on any questions until you see me get back into Blackboard. All right, so go ahead, get started, you guys. See you in 5 minutes.